All right. Dobre dzień or dobre utro. I don't know exactly which one I should say, but I've heard both. So welcome to this. I'm sorry I cannot speak much Russian. That's one thing I would like to explain to you before I start, because everybody asks me about my name. Vladimir, everyone calls me Vlad. Cavalcanti. So they say, oh, you're Russian. No, I'm not. Oh, so Cavalcanti must be Italian. Are you Italian? No, I'm not Italian either. Turns out I'm Brazilian. Of course, you know. Vladimir doesn't speak Russian and comes from Brazil. Yeah, go figure that out. All right. So, and the other thing that people ask me is that expert manager, what is that? Well, very proud of that. That's something that Atlassian uses to name our partners. So team lead is our platinum experts. Experts are very important for Atlassian success. They are the ones who speak the language, understand your business, and help us locally to be more successful. What I want to do today is give you a very, very short introduction about Atlassian, and then tell you what I saw, which I think is important for all of us during our annual summit in California. So maybe some of you were there or you followed the live streams. But I only have 30 minutes for that, and I have a lot to tell you, so let me get started. First of all, what is Atlassian? Atlassian is a company that makes software for software people. We believe that software is changing the world. Software is everywhere, even outside of our planet, right? It's making projects that advances humanity. So it's changing the lives of people who... Like this? Okay, they want me to... Yeah, I don't want to block the vision from you guys, that's why. All right, so I'll stay here. It's changing the way we drive cars now. You know, this electric cars that are now very popular, so software is also playing an important role in that. What about robots that help save lives in disaster areas like tsunamis, like nuclear disasters, earthquakes? This company develops robots for that. And also helping individually people who cannot hear, like this little boy who could not hear, now using a device designed with the help of software that is now allowing him to hear the sounds. By the way, all these companies are also using Atlassian products. So we are very proud that we are helping transform the world with the power of software. But we know that behind all this, there are people like you guys, who are lines of code helping to transform the world. And yes, it's all about developers teams. But not only development teams. We see more and more that support teams and HR, finance, marketing, every team is using software today. And we, Atlassian, we are providing software for every team. So there's one company out there, as we say, that wakes up every day thinking about software teams, and that's Atlassian. So this is in a nutshell what I wanted to tell you about Atlassian. Now let's go and see what happened at Summit. Summit is an annual event at Atlassian. It happens usually in San Francisco. This year it happened in San Jose in California, and it was our biggest ever. We grew from 1,000 attendees to more than 2,000. Lots of people and lots of big announcements. So first interesting announcement was about enterprise. So enterprise is the new stream that we are helping customers with. We realize that companies bigger and bigger are using Atlassian, and they need more support. They need a dedicated technical account manager. They need enterprise experts that can help you. And that's exactly what we're doing. So we moved from our cloud and server offering, and we added also data center. So think about it like the first product we launched was JIRA Data Center. It's all about high availability, instant scalability, and performance at scale. It helps you use JIRA and Confluence and Stash, as we'll see later on, when you really need more performance, no matter how many users, no matter how many issues, how many nodes, how many instances. So the same happened for Confluence, and we launched Confluence as well. And now we have JIRA Data Center and Confluence Data Center. But hang on, we're missing something very important here, and that is Git. You probably are using it already. Distributed code repositories that are very hard to manage in an enterprise level. So we brought to the market the first ones to bring an enterprise Git solution. So we now have Stash Data Center as well. It's still in beta, so if you know Stash, if you are using Git in your company, please do try the beta version and provide us with feedback. It will be very important. Right, so this was all about the enterprise offering. By the way, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them at the end of the presentation during the break because of the time constraints. The next big announcement during Summit was a new product, our new baby, JIRA Portfolio. So we're extending the capabilities of JIRA into project management. So JIRA Portfolio is all about planning at scale, connecting the business with the development, and responding to change. So imagine you want to align your projects, your business tasks, your business stories, your business epics with the development ones. You can do that with JIRA Portfolio. And if you want to connect this strategy, because you need to know where you're going with the project, right? So what is your target? You can see that visually very clearly. And you can see what is the actual and compare that. Now, what about when things don't go as we plan? Like, you know, you have some deadlines which are important, but they are at risk. So your release is going to be behind schedule. Now, with JIRA Portfolio, you can visualize if any remedial actions will have an impact on that. And yes, in this case, we're adding skilled resources to the level, and the release moved even ahead of schedule. So that's the way you can see. It's a very simple yet powerful add-on to JIRA. So in terms of licensing, it's the same model of licensing as JIRA per user tier, and it's 75% of the JIRA price. Everything is available on our website in terms of details. Now, following a big announcement at Summit, HipChat. Can I ask anyone using HipChat here? Great, okay, some good hands. So I'm not a technical guy, and there are two products at Atlassian that changed my professional life. One was HipChat. HipChat is like, makes you available everywhere. Doesn't matter where you are. You can communicate with your peers, with your colleagues. You can send messages, you can receive messages in a very easy way. So the key features that we have there, you can create rooms. Like my team has a dedicated room, experts room. Only our team can communicate there. We have other rooms as well for marketing, for HR, for events. And also you can communicate one-to-one with them. You can, of course, share files, any files. You can access it everywhere, on your mobile, on your computer. And you can integrate with our products and some other products, and you can even create your own integration, I will see. 3 billion messages have been sent with HipChat since we launched it. That's not a small number, that's a great number, and it's growing every day as more and more people are using HipChat. In the last 12 months, we launched HipChat Video. Now we can communicate through video. And it's funny because before that, we see people using all of these together, right? A little bit of that, Skype, and this and that. None of them work so well. With HipChat, it's great. You have good quality of video. We use it, I use it for my one-on-one with my manager, with my team meetings, and it's great. It works very, very good. So another new feature, it's the server, because HipChat was until now in the cloud. So there are limitations for that you can use. But now you can use in your own servers. So yes, we're open, it's still in beta, in your data center. All the features, all the applications, there are no limitations, and it supports directories like LDAP or any other sort of directory that you have in your company. Right, it's available now. There is a very easy setup wizard for you to use. So I encourage you, if you don't know it, take a look at HipChat and download it. Right, so there is one more very good thing about it. It's free. What? Yes. So if you can limit to group chat, file sharing, and unlimited integrations, you can use HipChat for free. Completely free. However, if you want video chat, screen sharing, and unlimited storage, it's only $2 per user. It's not so much. I spoke about integrations. Very important. We integrate with our products, as I said, and with lots and lots and lots of applications and add-ons out there. So an example of an integration, Confluence, for example. I can, whilst chat, I can point my chat to a page in Confluence and share that Confluence page with my team. Also, your Bitbucket, your developments. If you are in the process of developing something, Bitbucket or Stash, you can link that and integrate it to HipChat. Right. So I'm just advancing here. Oh, yes. And you can build your own integration quite easily. So if that is not available off the top. I mentioned before, it's grouped. We can create rooms. You can have all your contacts in one sidebar, very easy to see. Add mentions is also important. Whilst you're typing, you mention someone who is in your directory, and boom, he will be mentioned there, and he can see that feature, that conversation. Another feature which is very, very cool is a quick navigation, because this, believe me, at some point gets very, very long list of people. And if your company is large and you don't know what's the name of that guy, let me look quickly, and you can find it. It's a new feature in HipChat. So HipChat is available on your desktop, of course, on your mobile, and very soon, once they launch it, even in a funny watch that a company somewhere in California has plans to launch for. So yes, HipChat will be available everywhere. Great. So another product that also changed my professional life, being not technical, and is Confluence. You probably remember, if you use Confluence for a long time, how it used to look like. It was a basic wiki. It was great, but hey, we evolved a lot, and we turned Confluence in a full-fledged collaboration tool. And again, it changed my life, because I no longer use email so much to send files, to communicate, to have discussions. We use Confluence. So let me give you a taste of what is coming in terms of the roadmap of Confluence, okay? This is very privileged information. Not everybody had this information, so here we go. The first thing is roadmap planning. There's a little video playing out there. I hope you can see. So basically, the idea here is, if you are building a roadmap to your product, to your project, whatever, you can build very easily with Confluence roadmap planning. You can edit the bars, extend them, give different names, of course, and you can move the bars according to the planned release schedule. You can also move the red bar, as we'll see later on, to mark the point that you want to achieve in terms of target. There we go. And you can divide in several areas. So that's the beta, that's the launch. You can plan for it. And of course, you can share that with your colleagues. The good thing about that also is that the integration, right? You can create a page in Confluence that will be pointed out from the roadmap planning. So there you go. You can use a template, or you can create your own template. It doesn't matter. So once we create that page, we finish that, save it, and we return to our roadmap planning, and we'll see that when you move the mouse there, the page is available, is mentioned there. So that's roadmap planning. It's all about very simple tool to use, very visual as well, and you can trace it. You can correlate to your projects and share it. Great. Another very cool feature that was launched during Summit is inline comments in Confluence. So again, I have here a short video showing you what it is. So if you use Confluence today, you want to quote parts of the text that someone wrote. What you do, you go there, you quote, and then you write your comments, right? It's great, it's cool, but we can do better than that. We can do inline comments, right? And that works like that. You highlight the text, you right-click on it, and you create an inline comment. So, am I saying, all right, well, yes, well, I think we should change that to a mobile version, a mobile web version, right? And then there is a quote there about a report, 85% of users. So let me put a comment about that, yeah? And you can actually refer to another page of Confluence or a file that resides somewhere. And she chooses a file that says, hey, that report is better, right? And another example, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Facebook, and someone else will comment on that. So you get the idea, right? As you have the text, rather than going down and create a separate comment, you can create inline comment just there. And as we'll see later on, it will be very easy to find all those. Great, so the author of the page goes to his page and says, hey, I've got some comments there. Let me look at them, and let me reply to them. So there are 3 comments, or 4 and 3. So let's look at them, and she starts checking them and replying to them. Once you reply to that comment, you can actually click resolve, which means, hey, I answer that, I don't have to take any more action, this can go out of my view, it's resolved. All right. Now, you'll reply to the other one, say, hey, okay, thank you very much, but we'll stick to what we have now, and again, resolve it. Okay, and the last one, yes, I think it's a good idea. We need to add another comment there saying that it's a web version. And she will edit the page, save the page, and that's it. You have save, and then you can resolve the issue. So again, collaboration, inline, you know, just makes it a lot easier to use than all those. Great feature. It's still not released yet, but it's coming very soon, as we'll see later on. Right, so it's all about contextual, being collaborative, and being more productive. File collaboration, that's one thing that I found when I started using Confluence, that Confluence is not so strong about, you know, keeping the files there in a nice way, finding the files. We're going to change that. We're going to turn files into first-class citizens in Confluence. They will look very beautifully. They will be very easy to find. You can navigate through different versions, and that will make you more productive. Okay? I don't have a movie for that, thank God, but I do have a movie for this, live editing. This was one of the wow moments during the Confluence presentation at Summit. So suppose you are building a page, right? For your team, for your projects. Now, you want to involve your team and say, hey guys, take a look at that, make your comments, you know, what's going on. And we invite 2 of them to join the page. And what will happen is that you will see, hey, they joined it. They are live. And as you watch the page, your team, your colleagues, will start editing live whilst you watch it. Yes, exactly. That's what we heard there. And it's amazing, because then, hey, you can collaborate immediately. You don't have to wait for someone to reply. You don't have to send emails or anything else. It's all like, you know, online. Then, of course, you know, you expect them to explain to you what stage they are at the specific project we are discussing. So that will come in a moment, and each one of them will say, hey, that one, you know, you probably know that the widgets we have for completed or in progress, something, so you can add, there you go. Yeah, so on track, that looks good. That other one should change to at risk. Okay, so it will not come on time. And what about the third one? Forget it, we're on holidays. As the Spanish say, mañana. Yeah, so, okay, so that part of the project will not happen on time. Great, so this was Confluence. It's all about collaboration and inline comments. And so right now we have Confluence Data Center. Very soon we'll have the inline comments, the file collaboration, and the roadmap planner. And in early 2015, the live editing will come. So a little bit of patience, but it's coming, all right? Great. So the next big announcement that we announced was not exactly JIRA, but JIRA Service Desk. So JIRA Service Desk was a product we launched just about 1.5 years ago, and it has become very popular. 1,700 customers all over the world have embraced JIRA Service Desk. And when we say 1,700 customers, it means 1,700 companies. Okay? So it's all about the customers. We center our attention in the JIRA Service Desk in the customer themselves, so that all the people that you as a company have to serve, have to help, can become more productive. Right, so you know how it goes. You have someone, like myself, when I joined the company, I needed contracts, I needed paperwork. I would send an email to the guy, you know, from legal. That was not really the most efficient way. There are better ways to do that. So in actual fact, we asked our customers, our 1,700, or those who cared to reply, what are you looking for in a service desk tool? What is that you need? And this is basically what they answered to us. They need a better experience, they need it faster, they need it to work together, and they need to add more value. But what is that you have today? And this is what they answered us. It's like a car that goes from A to B, but there are cars and there are cars. So this is what most of them told us they have today. Nice car. And wait, it stinks too. Oh God. Okay, so it was not a nice thing, right? So what happened is that this guy from the help desk, he gets a question from someone, he gets a tap on the shoulder from another one, he gets an email from someone, and before we know it, the guy's desperate, right? Everyone wants to talk to him like, hey, I need a laptop, I need a keyboard, I need a contract, I need this, I need that. That's not the way it works. That's what they have now. But what they need, they said to us, is this. Something nice, like a nice car, right? Or maybe one of those electric cars, that could be too. So they need a better experience. And that's exactly what we're doing with JIRA Service Desk. In version 1.0 of JIRA Service Desk, we created portals for each of your departments. So you had a portal for your marketing team, for your IT team, for your legal team. And it was nice. It's great, effective, but we can do better, right? And what we do, we centralized everything. It's a central portal now. That's the biggest feature in 2.0. So now you have a help center that shows you what you can request, all the areas, all the teams, all the departments that you can get help from, and where those requests that you made are at now. You know, they are in progress, they have been resolved, and so on and so forth. So we believe that using a portal like this, it's the best way. But hey, some people like to send emails, right? So that's possible too. So that's a new feature again in JIRA Service Desk 2.0. You can send an email to your central portal. And you can also use it through your mobile, so that you can do it everywhere. Right? So no matter what way you want to communicate with your help desk, you can use anyways. And let's not forget, JIRA Service Desk sits atop JIRA, so it uses all the power of the JIRA platform. So the 2.0 version has some cool new features, new pricing, central portal, team workload, collaborations, integrations, but there is more coming. There will be more mobile experience, an integrated knowledge search for you to know, maybe the answer is there, you don't even have to open a ticket, and Confluence question integration and automation too. Right, so the good news about 2.0 in terms of licensing, and I wanted to explain this to you. It's all about the customers, right? That guy is an agent. Okay, he is the one that hears from the customers what they need. We used until now to charge you for the customers as well. So we had to match the number of licenses in JIRA Service Desk to the number of licenses in JIRA. Everyone hated that. They screamed and stamped and asked us to change it. We did. So right now, your customers are free. You don't have to pay for them anymore. And for the agents, in terms of the cloud version, it's just $25 per month for the month cloud-based per agent. Okay? So what is that? Customer is free, agent you have to pay for, and the JIRA user doesn't change. But what is a customer? So we understand the customer is everyone who is generating a request from your web portal. Okay, so someone in the organization that needs a laptop, needs a keyboard, needs a mouse, whatever. The agent is the guy who receives the request and works on it, and he needs a license. The JIRA user remains the same, but please note, the agent needs the JIRA Service Desk and the JIRA license as well. So if you have, say, 100 license of JIRA, okay, 100 user license, and only 75 people are using it, you still have 25 free, and you buy 25 agents, you're good. But if you are using all the 100 license on your JIRA and you buy 25 JIRA Service Desk, you will need to increase your JIRA licenses. Talk to team lead, they will explain to you how it works. Okay, so what about upgrades? Hey, I have a JIRA Service Desk 1.0. I want to move to 2.0. Good news, you get a 50% discount when you upgrade to it. Okay, so and then we'll match your renewal as well. Again, team lead will help you with that. Great, we spoke about a lot, but I wanted to summarize the three main areas that we as Atlassian were helping customers with. Helping customers in development, that's where we started with JIRA, with Bitbucket, with Fisheye and Crucible, and all those. But we moved as well. We are now helping customers to collaborate better with HipChat and Confluence, and more to come. And last but not least, we moved also into the Service Desk environment. Last slide of my presentation. If you want a short version of what happened during the keynote at Summit, you can use this link, and I hope I wrote it correctly in Russian here, because we put Russian subtitles to the link. So please do visit the page, watch the video and enjoy it. And thank you very much, and I hope to be hearing your questions in a second. Thank you.